Hello, and thank you for joining us for the 49th episode of That Show with Billy Wilson. The show brings together artists, musicians, photographers, and personalities from around the world each Friday for a hangout. Tonight, we're joined by a panel of some of the most popular musicians on Google+, including musician Deni Gauthier. Is that how you say it?
Gauthier.
Gauthier. There we go. French. I've never been good at French, but you're also a fellow Canadian. And we also have Heather Fay joining us, who's another musician, and she's from New York, I believe, right?
Connecticut, close enough.
Or Connecticut, but they're close. And we also have musician James Olmos.
Hello.
Bravo.
And we have John Vachel, who runs Artists in the Plus that promotes musicians. And
It's good to be here, Billy.
Yeah, it's good to have you. And we also have Jordan Oram, who's a photographer, joining us.
Hello.
With his horn that he's drinking tea out of.
Thank you.
We also have musician Melissa Bailey. And we also have musician Melissa Bailey.
Hi!
And we also have musician Rob Michael.
Melissa Bailey.
Howdy, howdy. Hi, I hear an echo.
And we also have musician. And we also have the CEO of Crush IQ, Tim Moore.
Howdy.
And we also have Tibbe, who's our official co-host that I should show because most people watching want to just see Tibby. Come on, Tibby, come on. Oh, he's a little angry.
I won't appear in the hangout.
Come on, Tibby. There we go.
Christ.
He just wants me to worship him on the floor and not pick him up, but here is the man, the cat of the hangout.
That's a human-sized cat.
That is a ginormous.
Yes. This is...
In a good way.
Do you have to get a license for a cat that big? Man.
Yeah.
A permit.
What do you
and also, I think you have the
like,
player open for the YouTube player. Like, that's why we had to meet you, just so that you know. And
Ooh, he's good. Do you feed Tibby haunches of wild venison?
Yeah, I got to.
yes.
You got to have a license to have a cat like that in the U.S.,
strangers
man. Good
that
thing
you
in
meet.
Canada.
Yeah, do you lure people like never mind. Anyway.
Anyway, so John, you're one of like the people who promotes music on Google Plus. Like, when I started like organizing my show, and I knew that I wanted to have a music guest on each time. Soon, like I realized that you were the man that I could go to whenever I needed a musical guest, because basically, like, you seem to organize absolutely everybody on this network pretty well. And you've been doing a lot of work, and I believe that you also have an album coming out.
Yeah, on April 12th, we're releasing a compilation album with 25 different artists, and Heather, Denny, and James are all on that album, and I'm very thankful to them for being a part of it. I'm very honored to have them as a part of it. It includes artists from all around the globe, and it's just a way to get things started with Artists in the Plus. I'm just trying to build basically a giant network of free tools for upcoming and independent artists to help them grow their careers and to succeed, basically.
Mm-hmm. And it is an awesome idea. And you also have launched another a page for Artists in the Plus 2. There's Artists in the Plus 2 now.
Yeah, I'm starting a second page, basically because we're getting getting closer to 200 artists than 100 now, and just in order to post enough videos for everybody, and we're going to start a second page, and that'll help spread everything out and hopefully be able to help more people. And I just think we're going to have actually its own set of interviews, its own set of concerts, so there'll be a lot more programming and a lot more ways to help everybody. And I'll be having some people helping me with that also, because it's going to be a handful.
That is exciting.
It is exciting.
Like it.
Now, John, how is it different from the regular Artists in the Plus page?
Well, basically my game plan is to kind of use it as a strategy type thing. The main page will have the artists on it that have very huge followings. Artists that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on Google Plus. Most of them do have huge followings on Google Plus, but they have a huge mainstream following also. and the people in the middle will probably be on both pages, and the people that are just getting started out and really need the help will be on the first page, and that way the people in the middle kind of help the people at the bottom build momentum, and the people at the top are helping the people in the middle build momentum.
That's a smart idea.
So it's kind of like everybody's pulling from everybody's fans, and that's been my ultimate goal, is that the focus is on all the artists, and it's just finding the right artists and finding people that are willing to share what we're doing and pull their fans into it, and that helps all the artists.
Love it. You're a hero, John. Right, you are, man. You're like a real asset, I think, to the whole Google Plus scene, man. You have been all along, so thank you for everything you've done all this time.
Absolutely. And we always clap for the musicians after they sing, and I want to clap for you because I think that you do.
John, Basho.
That's for you.
Now you have to sing. Oh.
No, I'm not singing, but I will say that people like Rob Michael and Heather Faye that really made music a presence here on Google Plus. And I mean, Heather, you know that my first trip to New York City when I watched you and Ryan sing at a concert is when I really got the inspiration, seeing the community come together like that to start Artists in the Plus in the first place. So I mean, you two have a lot to do with what music has become here on Google Plus too, because you were two of the first performers, and it's people like Billy that have done shows from the beginning that have really set up this platform. So there's a lot of people out there that deserve credit also.
Awesome.
Thank you, John, for saying that.
Yeah.
That's nice.
So awesome.
And Tibby's still
I
circling.
still like to hear him sing, Billy.
Well, you know, I have done a lot of karaoke, but you know, Google won't let me sing anything.
A little Eminem. You can do
I'll let
anything.
you sing one of my songs.
Hey, I've done REO Speedwagon, I've done Garth Brooks. I actually did 2 Live Crew one time on a dare. I lost a bet, so I had to do 2 Live Crew.
Boom!
It took a couple drinks first, but, you know.
Is it on video? If it's not on video, then
I hope not.
WWTD.
That's funny.
Since we have musicians on, I think that we could like start with like a song at this point, maybe from Deni.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can set it.
Any requests? I only know covers. Is that okay?
Yeah, Eruption by Van Halen.
Livin' La Vida Loca.
Yeah,
Done.
and no,
By
no
Two Live
covers.
Crew.
Any Prince tune will probably be fine.
You're not going to request Rolling
Yeah.
Stones, anybody?
I wore my spangly, shimmery shorts so I could dance. Is that?
All right.
So you just give her?
Bring it.
I don't even have to be
Yeah.
topless? This is great.
You don't have to be.
You have to be bottomless.
I am bottomless.
Okay.
You're going Tibby. That's what going Tibby's all about.
Are you in studio mode?
Yes, I'm in studio mode. I'm also realizing it's time to trim my beard. But I'm going to sing a song I love. This is one that I wrote this summer while I was camping with my kids, of which I have 4. And it's called Into the West. Let's start here, where it all begins, where the air seems thin. I know for sure that the cool rain winds, just like it's always been. I think I'll go and find the Milky Way. Get up and chase it into the west. Do whatever's best for me and you. Write a song or 2 and sleep up high in the crow's nest. All through the trees, holds back the past of true unease. This one lady main road will send me back to where I came. Not quite changed, but not the same. I think I'll go away and find the Milky Way. Get up and chase it into the west. Do whatever's best for me, and you write a song or two, and sleep up high in the crow's nest. I know everything will be okay. It's just that I've never really had that much to say. So I think I may walk to the Hudson Bay, just to give my feet some time and to empty out my mind. I think I'll go and find the Milky Way. Get up and chase it into the west.
Bravo, Deni.
It was beautiful.
Awesome. Nice.
Thanks for the warning there, Rob.
Yes.
That's good to know.
I really like
Right on the edge, man.
You put the clip, yo.
Great job, Denny.
Thanks,
Yeah.
man.
Nice.
So where do we get that again? Hint, hint.
There you go.
Who's asking? Oh, you can go to DeniGauthier.com.
That was beautiful.
Oh, thanks. Actually, that's not even released yet. I'm gonna release that album in the spring, depending on circumstances, whether or not it gets picked up by a label or whether I release it independently.
Or
Just do
John.
it yourself. That is beautiful.
Thank
That is
you.
a beautiful, beautiful song.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I appreciate it.
You could be on
Now, is that something you're
Idol.
trying to do?
He could be on X Factor. Forget American Idol.
X Factor. Golly. Come on, American Idol's blowing up.
No,
was so
American
good,
Idol
it
has
added
an
2
age
years to
limit.
my
He
life.
could go right on X Factor and play the crap out of everybody else with his guitar and his bass, and he'll be fine.
Girl, you crazy.
Bring it.
You crazy.
Fight,
Billy-
fight. Oh, sorry.
Billy's about to mute you because Nicki Minaj is on American Idol.
American Idol, they wouldn't like me very much there, I don't think.
American Idol has an age limit, and they don't know what they're missing anyway.
I'm
you're
too,
too old.
I'm too old.
Too old.
That's why you get to hang out with us, and we're going to make more amazing music.
That's
Yes.
right, John.
That's the
Hook
one
him
thing
up,
that
John.
gets me about television is how they try to cap off a certain age limit, and I think that that's so misconstrued because there are people so far more talented who are a little bit older and a
Oh,
little
yeah.
bit more wiser, and they give that grit and that, you know, just that feel that a lot of them don't have.
Yep, it's
Years lived will
It's
come through in your
serious.
music. Yeah.
But
Like,
those
you know,
people aren't as pliant, and they aren't as,
Looking at Rob like that.
yeah, a lot of people don't understand. Like when people say a seasoned artist, they don't really understand how seasoned you have to be, you know, to give a certain energy or, you know, just it's just that feeling, soulfulness that you give off. You just
It comes from experience over time.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes.
But what do they know? That's why we are the artists that are out there getting our music out there on the internet anyway.
That's right.
That's
Thanks
true.
to John.
That's right.
Hey, I do this for a full-time living, and I'm not signed, and I do it independently, and
Right.
I've sold, like, you know, a lot of albums, and it just comes from touring heavily and connecting with good people, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I completely agree.
I think there's lots of young people who actually believe that you can only get a music career if you win a game show like American Idol
That
or
is
something like
so
that.
false, and that is not even true.
It's so false.
So,
I've
Dani,
been
do you see that
seeing-
Google Plus has helped your music? How Google Plus is helping a musician? You're just saying?
I
What-
think
what I-
so. Because you're
Yeah.
taking it to, it's like saying taking it to the streets. So instead of taking it to the streets, you're taking it to the internet, and you're bringing it to their face.
Yeah.
So you
Take
are
to their
basically
face.
letting them hear things that the media and other people are not letting you hear.
That's
You
propaganda.
have control of it.
Remember.
Propaganda.
Do you use
correct.
cuss words sometimes?
You know what? I posted on social media that I might put a swear word on the next album that I'm releasing,
Uh-huh.
and it caused a big hoopla. Like
Why?
a
Really?
lot of people were like hell yeah, and a lot of people were like hell no, don't do it. Like
Breeds
It's
of dogs, like Cocker Spaniel.
yeah,
Back in the day, look at music back in the day when they had to get around the censors, and it was like all of these really tenuous illusions.
Yes.
yeah.
We should bring
Dur-
that back.
during the making of all of my instrumental albums, I cussed like a drunken sailor.
It comes through in the music, Rob. It comes
Everybody.
Oh, I love
Every time you bend a note, I just hear
Yep. I
Yeah.
hear a big. Yeah.
Foul mouth, man. Yeah.
that. Sailor.
I am Googling that now.
Yeah, I think, being in the industry now, the way it's changed, we've definitely changed it a whole lot. There's a lot more you can say, a lot more you can do, but I think that people feel more, they want the simplistic part of it again. They really want the real music again.
Yeah.
What I'm seeing, people really don't want all that, like, I'm just going to say hip-hop, industry, it's too much,
Here's the
People
deal
really
too.
want to go back to the simplistic part.
We live in an age now where you can hire your hero from high school to come play a house concert at your house.
Mm-hmm.
It's a totally different game, and
Yeah.
a lot of my friends also who are like, another friend of mine is like a Juno nominee up in Canada, a really well-known guy. He plays nothing but house shows for 20, 30 people at a time.
Yep.
And he's doing so incredibly well, and it's like it's all about connecting and having actual, like, this is real music. This isn't like the produced kind of stuff. It's not auto-tuned. It's real. It's real, and that's really, really important. People know the difference between real and fake now.
Yeah, they do.
Well, and it's the difference between watching something on the news where it's like all these really polished people and the thing's been read through all of these things and they're getting spin and all this stuff on it, and how we don't always trust. We know kind of not to trust it because it's been too honed and polished, and it's it's like I'm feeling manipulated. Whereas you get someone who is a bit rough and cussy and whatever and not so polished, but there's an authenticity to it, and that authenticity resonates.
It's the more auto-tuned, the music world gets, I think the more people crave something raw and real, that they can connect with. Because the fact is that in reality, no one can sing like auto-tune, all the way through.
Of course not.
So it
Absolutely.
takes it further away from from any sort of connection, even just listening to the music. But if you hear in an album like, oh, I loved a little scratch in the voice or the vocal, or I love that little, you almost connect with it more. It's human, and I think that definitely plays a big part in that kind of that reemergence of wanting to get back to connecting
all my
and something real.
albums have that. They're all scratchy, very raw, and people love them.
As they should be. The thing about John actually sings like an auto-tune, like he's actually being auto-tuned. That's why he won't sing tonight. His voice sounds like it's been auto-tuned.
Boy.
You're bringing 2 Live Crew. You got 38 minutes. So you need to Oscar it up, baby.
I think one of the things is there's such a scope and ability to reach many people with many different kinds of music, many kinds of muse or inspiration, and so there's some people who are making purely electronic music, or purely instrumental music, or they're doing very earthy, organic music. There's such a range that we can now have put forward that we're allowing people to decide what they want to listen to, what they want to hear, and not have it be as manipulated or engineered through those old delivery systems. So
that's very true.
There are some people who do crazy auto-tune stuff and they're just taking it like bizarre places, like that auto-tune the news. I don't know if you ever saw that one. I was like, that's clever.
That's Shmo-Yoho. Those guys are amazing.
Well, I mean, none of us are old enough in this hangout. No one, probably even alive, is old enough to remember a time before this whole kind of delivery system that's been kind of a part of our culture that sort of programmed us to believe that what's available is to what's basically fed to us, musically speaking. There's always been a very eclectic, wide range of music, but you weren't able to find it. But now we can. We can find. Look, I played instrumental jazz guitar. Good God, you're not going to find someone like me on American Idol or any kind of pop, anything. I'm about as niche as you can get, And so that's why I've loved the internet so much over the past 6 or 7 years, because before that, what would I do? I would get in my car and I would pack up, I'd gather up all my gear and I would drive someplace and I would play for a group of people in a room somewhere, and I might do maybe even 2 of those a day, and I would go room to room to room to room to room, and I would play for people, and maybe some of them would dig it and some of them won't. But now, and I could do that, right? I could try to circle the globe or something, trying to find whatever, some small percentage of people who might dig what I do. Or I should say, in addition to that, now, a lot of times I can just sit right here in my studio, and I can blanket the entire planet rather than try to just exist in one single room at a time. And so there's that dynamic, which I love. It really... I was interested, Deni, when you said you made some comment about, I don't know if I'm going to wait and be picked up by a label or something like that. And that made me wonder, is that what you're pursuing? Does that interest you? Is that what you're kind of a goal of yours, or are you indifferent about that, what you're feeling?
I'm indifferent. I know I can do this by myself.
Yep.
But I'm sort of at an interesting point in my career where I could say, I can kind of have demands, like I have a fan base.
Yes.
I have a lot of album sales under my belt. I'm independent, and I can go and I support my family with my music full time. So there are people out there that can help bring someone who already has kind of like a foundation kind of up to the next rung. If it's something like that, then I might be interested. But if other than that, I'm just going to keep going the way I'm going. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you, I asked that because I'm really not interested at all in doing business with a record label. I can't think of anything really that they could offer me that would really be better than what I have.
Label is almost a swear word in a lot of circles, right? For a lot of musicians, and it has been for me over the years. However, there is a point, and there are some companies that are actually out to benefit the recording artists as well. So there are kind of alliances that you can have, and you can kind of have your own demands on depending on what kind of position you're in, right?
Right.
And so it's not something you should throw away. It's something that you should look at and be very objective about whether or not it's going to actually benefit you and your family. And if it does, great. If it doesn't, then don't do it.
And I think in many industries or disciplines, music, writing, many things. I know people have said, Jordan, like, are you going to write a book or publish a book of this thing? And I felt, what, if someone wants me to publish a book, I feel like there's enough interest and stuff in it that I should probably be going and doing that with the people that I know or the other people I can connect to and go and do that, because we have then that freedom or that liberty to how we present it.
Yeah.
How are you guys, let me ask you this, how are you guys monetizing this? Obviously, Deni, you're the next Nickelback, you're rolling, you got the fly leather couch, I mean, things are rolling for you, but for the rest of you, how are you finding that not only Google Plus, but using technical things are generating... Yeah, Jordan, you're crazy. But how is it generating for you leads that are putting money in the bank for you?
That's a very good question. Actually, you know, like for myself, I've had different companies reach
I'm
out to me.
sorry.
Like,
I'd like you to actually sing your answers.
oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, I'll start you
That's a
off.
very good question.
Come on, Melissa, you got to bring it, girl. No,
I'll bring
anyway,
it.
go ahead. I want to hear your
Bring it,
answer.
don't
please.
worry.
I want to hear your answer, please.
No, I've had different companies reach out to me for different ventures. Like, as you know, like, I don't know if you guys pretty much done research on me, but I have a nonprofit organization that I have a couple partners with, and what I do on the side, I'm a network engineer as well. So what I do is I bring in, you know, I do Girl Geek dinners, it's called, and I help bring women who are interested in information technology to try to get involved in it. And I also have like companies like Bander, for instance, who support independent artists and give us a platform that's completely free and take it to the masses. And I've seen, you know, like for my single that I have out, I had my single sent out to a whole bunch of DJs, and within 1 week I had 116 downloads within 1 week. 116,000, excuse me, downloads. Wow. In 1 week. And I was shocked. And these are DJs that are using an application that's for them and of artists that they never knew about. And once they saw that I was doing this, I've had people hit me up and they're like, wow, I really love your music. I really love your movement. I love what you're doing. They're like, why aren't you signed? Well, sometimes you see when you're just getting in the trenches, this is how it starts. So to get revenue and all that kind of stuff for this, I'm just starting, so I'm starting to see that there is something of, you know, probably another company that would probably want me to be their sponsor or something like that. But I haven't gotten to that point.
And sometimes
Now,
it's
is
just a
that
distribution
leading-
deal.
Yeah, is that leading you? Those 116,000 downloads, are those leading now? Are you seeing that to a transactional path for your music?
Yes, I have. Actually, my distributor is TuneCore. So I've seen a tremendous amount of, you know, gain with that, definitely.
Very nice.
And I think that one of the things that happens is people have the question, what is the right way to do this? What is the right way to do this? And really, the challenge is that there isn't one way to do it. Some people will, you know, album sales or other things. Rob's teaching, teaches through Hangouts, things like that. Other people will do their music and then also have their job and career, another career. So I think it's not necessarily about the right way, but it's the challenge of figuring out what works well for each people. And it's
You're absolutely right, Jordan. I really believe that there is no formula, because it's just like myself. Like I said, I started getting into this because, one, I'm a network engineer on the side, and music is my love, my passion. But I have a brain and I use it, so I know how to use social media the best way that I know how. And nobody wrote a book for me or taught me how to do what I need to do. I've been doing this on my own. You know, I've been working the trenches. And that's why, like with my show that I have on Google+, that's why I brought it out, because I know that there are people who are in the same predicament as me, who don't know what to do, and I'm trying to bring people who are knowledgeable or in the same, you know, in different parts of the business that can help them, you know, reach out to them and show them, hey, this is what you should do if you really want to do this. This is how you should approach them. This is how you should present yourself. And because nobody's going to tell you. Nobody.
Well, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
I know you will.
I mean,
And that's one of the things that we're doing with artists in the Plus too. One of the things that I'm trying to do is with this free network that I'm trying to set up of resources for artists is, and I've talked to Deni about this, and James and Heather, and it's something that Rob could definitely get involved with, and even Melissa with her experiences, having artists that have excelled in certain areas of the business have workshops, or I'm not going to say classes, but, you know, workshops that just let other artists know ideas of stuff that they've been very successful at that other artists may want to learn more about, or other artists are struggling with. Because that's basically what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a big network of free resources for artists to help themselves and, you know, advance their careers and help themselves grow. And there is no right way to do it, but there are a lot of ways that you can succeed at it that other people have done, and you can always learn something from somebody else that's being successful at it.
Well, it's interesting when Rob was talking about the older models, the one that we've all grown up with, and how there was models before that. There's been other ways things have been done, and we kind of grow up with one idea of how it's supposed to be done and work with that. And so a lot of people look and they say, well, either you're going to make money and it's like this capitalist all for me pursuit, or it's a working together thing and you don't make any money pursuit, and people have all these rules for how it has to be done, but they're not real, they're constructs.
But
and so this idea of
helping, right or wrong though, there's a right way to do this thing, and are you having fun and are you loving life?
Yeah.
Right?
And you have food in your belly.
You can't base it on how much money you're making. And I mean, like, that's nice and all if you want to make a living doing what you're doing. But are you loving life? If you're not loving life, if you're not doing what you love, then something's got to change, right?
Exactly.
Well, but I mean, there are people who are doing stuff they don't love because they have to feed their children too, and they love their children. And so I think we're at this point where some people have the ability to do what they love. Other people want to do what they love, and we're trying to build this capacity. You know, we have these tools we've been given now, and we're kind of fleshing that out and figuring out what it looks like to use them. And some people are rocking that out amazingly, and other people are kind of looking and saying, I want to do amazing stuff. I feel it, but I don't know how. And I think what we're talking about is kind of working on that, like John with your idea, and bring artists in. And I think not to just sell stuff, but also that idea of mentoring and working together in a way that helps communities, helps us, helps humanity. You know, so this is making the world more awesome in tangible ways, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up now.
Well, and I think it's good to look at the idea of really what does success really what does that mean? You know, to some people they think as a musician you're only successful if you're like U2 or more Madonna or Bruce Springsteen or, you know, big star, and if you're not that, then you must have failed. You know, there's not really any middle ground, and I've never really believed that. You know, I've been supporting myself and my family for 20 years. You know, doing exactly what I want to do. So, from my definition of success, I knocked it out of the park. That's exactly what I had set out to do. Though relatively few people. You know, I've never had a company carpet bombing the country with promo material of my name. That's okay. You know, I don't really require that. You know, I can teach and do what I want. You know, I can play gigs that I want. I can play the music that I want. And wow, there's the roof is still over my head. It's, you know, to me that's success. And I mentioned that because I've had people come up to me and they say, oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a musician, I would say. And they ask my name, and I would say, oh, I'm Rob Michael. They go, gosh, you know, I've never heard of you. I'm sorry that didn't work out for you, is what they said, you know. And I said that, and I said to this person, I said, well, really, well, gosh, what do you do for a living? This guy goes, well, I'm an attorney. And I said, well, what's your name? And I said, you know, I've never heard of you either. You know, so I figured, well, I guess, you know, I know the names of the people in the Supreme Court, and you're not one of them. I'm sorry that didn't work out for you.
That's so funny.
You know, so it's just, you know, I just bring that up because, you know, what is success? I think that's kind of step one for anyone pursuing anything. You've got to have some idea.
Yeah, success is your own. It's at your own level of what you perceive it to be for yourself. Yeah. How you want it to be, how it makes you happy. I think it's more of what really makes you happy. Like for some people, their goal is to have a Grammy. For them, that's the thing. I've made it. I get a Grammy, you've made it.
Well, I'm a little bit comfortable. I used to be an attorney, and now I feel really out of place here.
Yeah, but I know your name. Tom Mir.
Tom Moran. Yeah, it's French.
Well, one of my goals is to win a Juno, and I think I might. Like I'm pretty positive, but that's not my success factor. That doesn't determine whether I believe I'm successful.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool byproduct of being successful.
Yeah, that's a great you know, a road marker on this journey, right? Like to get that, like that would be a really cool and awesome affirmation, and it would be really neat, definitely.
It would be affirmation. It certainly wouldn't be definition of success.
No, because then you're gonna get there and you're gonna be like, well, I'm done.
Yeah.
You know, it's the values and driving values, how we rank success and what we look at in terms of legacy and the existence we walk and live in. You know, those are pertinent questions beyond music, beyond career. This is the philosophy of life that we're now getting into, and it goes really well with rocking out your art and your passion.
Yep.
Because that gets the whole crux of it and saying, you know, here we are with many people who are musically amazing, put in hours, and I love hearing all of your stuff that I've heard, and some of you haven't checked out. I'll check you out later. And but even
I'll
you know,
check you out.
I know exactly. But you look at what Billy's done with his art. I haven't heard Billy sing or play music, but with his skills and abilities, he's brought all of us together. And you know, to help encourage him be an artist and continue down that path, that makes all of us so much better and stronger and builds the capacity for us to keep rocking out this incredible stuff. And that is freaking exciting.
It is exciting.
Whoa.
In fact, Jordan, I remember seeing one of your videos. I saw one of Jordan's videos a few months ago. You were somewhere, I don't remember where, but you were in a car, right? And you're like looking at this view going, man, this is outrageously cool. This is awesome. I only have $52 in the bank, but still, look at where I am. I think it was something like that was this video. And I was jealous. You know, I was like, man, see, that's where I want to be. You know, I want to have $15 in the bank or whatever and just like be checking out this scene that you were doing. I thought that was really hip, you know, like that was a successful day, it seemed to me. You know.
Yeah, it was, and scary as all crap, right? Like yesterday I spent like half the day in the afternoon immobilized by fear, feeling like I wanted to throw up because I was like, I'm a failure. What am I doing? And my stepbrothers, they all have giant trucks with lifts. They're loggers. They have houses with mortgages, and I have like $100 in the bank. And so, you know, you have those moments where you're just feeling like, what the insert expletive here am I doing? Yeah. And then you know, that's like just a couple moments of my whole year, of my whole time. I know that I have those moments where I get swamped and assaulted by this, and I'm sure we all here do, because we're doing things that we're passionate about and that we want to do this, and that's why we get afraid. And today I was laying here and I was like, you know what? The reason I was so afraid of all that is because I really want it, and I really want to do it, and it's the best I can think to do. And being a plumber doesn't frighten me at all.
Oh, wow.
Because I don't want to be a plumber, so I'm not afraid of that. And I don't think, oh no, what if plumbing school doesn't work out? You know?
You know what? You know what we all are? We are all God's spiritual creations who give out this energy for other people to feel. To feel love, to feel pain, to feel, you know, harmony, you know, bringing people together through humanity. We are these spiritual beings that just have a powerful connection to make people feel and connect with their soul. That's what I believe.
That is a beautiful segue into James singing "Wind Beneath My Wings" by Bette Midler. You take it away, baby. Bring it.
Here.
Bring it. Remix.
Oh my God.
You're crazy. You're crazy, Tim.
Dude, I don't. Oh, there it is. Rob, take us in there, baby.
Come on, baby. Let's hear it. Let's hear it,
That's
James.
copyright. We don't want the thing to get shut off if it's too copyrighted.
Yeah. Nothing copyrighted.
Yeah, Rob can make it all jazzy though, so it'll be just that.
Yeah.
We can use it for educational purposes.
Transpose it.
It would still detect it, you know, even if you want to use it for educational purposes. Like I've had people's own songs like automatically get detected, and then they get kicked out of the Hangout.
You are the vim beneath my legs. No, that might be problematic.
What would Two Live Crew do? That's John. What should we do here?
What would Two Live Crew do?
Or we can make bracelets.
I'm making that into a bumper sticker.
We get like little bracelets and shirts.
What would Two Live
Oh
Crew
my God.
This is the creation.
W to you.
I'll buy one.
I've got my wristband already.
I can play this.
I'm going to get it tattooed.
Careful, I mean, I think that might be copyrighted.
So James, tell us a little bit about how you're making a gigantic success. You've been so patient.
Success.
You've been so patient, and
Yeah.
I want to hear your story a little bit.
Yeah, I'm patient because I have the flu, so I'm sitting here sweating. But it's all good. Yeah, you know what? I gotta tell you, Google Plus has put me on a whole new playing field in regards to music and success and selling music. Before Google Plus, it was, trying those other social networks that continually, I'm not going to say that they failed, but they fell short in so many ways. Whereas I can go into a Hangout and play a song to complete strangers, and they'll be like, "Where can I buy that CD?" I'm like, JamesWills.com. So it's now, it's today, it's here, and I think it's because you guys are talking about what is the what's the X factor in all this, or what's the how do you be successful? And it's the passion, just like you guys all shared. If you're continually passionate about what you love and what you seek, even if you're on the road to a certain goal, if you want to be a musician or a lawyer, whatever it is, if you're passionate about it, then even if you detour and you find that really is not your gig, that passion is going to draw you onto a new road, into a new place, into new venues. So if we can build in ourselves passion, then we're going to be successful. I mean, look at Jordan. He has X amount of dollars in his bank account, but he's passionate about being poor. Wait,
yeah, it's Friday. He had to go by the liquor store, so if you could just put your PayPal account in the chat, Jordan, help a brother out.
Oh my God.
I've got tea. I'm okay.
It's the lick bow up here, by the way. It's called lick bow.
So, James, you primarily sing what kind of music?
Romantic ballads.
Melissa.
I have a lot of. I try and.
What?
A duet. You and James. Boom. We have Deni on that new Fender bass. Rob playing fiddle. Bam. There's a whole band right here.
Happens
I like him. He's cool.
The Gene Noman. That's it. John, get us a contract. Me and Billy and Tibby will run the business side.
And the band will be called in the key of G+.
We'll be like, meow, 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 meow.
I've probably played on like half a dozen albums.
They're coming back.
From conversations just like this.
That meow might be copyrighted.
We're going to have to strike you from the program, Melissa.
No.
I still got to hear your rap here pretty soon. So.
Too funny.
Did someone say rap?
I don't rap.
Hey, Nicki Minaj is off the chain, so.
That's Nicki Minaj. I don't rap.
Well.
I wish I could rap.
Nicki Minaj can't sing like me.
Well,
that's right.
You got it, flaunt it. That's all I got to say. You want to get paid? I need to see some goods.
I can do that.
Rob says he can rap. Rob, can you rap actually?
Only Christmas presents. Well, gifts. I can wrap a gift. It's kind of.
I like things
Billy,
with
you let me know when I can sing. I'll sing, no problem.
I can wrap a fish.
Billy will let you know. You just need to start winding it up.
Okay, no problem.
Because I invited like 300 million people to this thing, so Deni's already going to be the new Nickelback, so but the rest of y'all are going to have to bring it. And
I picked the wrong time not to sing.
I'm really good.
Damn. Out of all the hangouts I've done, hangout concerts, now you show up, Tim?
Oh, Heather, I know, right?
Hey, you and I can hum when James does his Bette Midler song.
I wish I had my kazoo.
Bette Midler, yes.
You'll be crying, Jordan. You'll just be crying, tears.
It's like my every Friday night.
Now it's about time to get to the musical part of the hangout, and we have both Rob and Deni who are going to be playing. And since Deni played at the beginning, I think it will go to Rob, and then for right now, and then we can go back to Deni and then back to Rob. Does that make sense? So songs in total.
Like a battle of the bands.
15 minutes.
That's right. Okay, so I always forget this, so I'm not forgetting this. I just have to talk to myself. Pardon me just for a moment here. I'm thinking out loud while my computer is going slow. Here we go. All right. Just all that, just to get me to studio mode. Yeah, that's what that was all about.
Nice.
Because I usually forget. I always forget, man. And there we go. Okay, so this is going to be a tune, probably. I don't know what it's going to be. But here it comes. Yeah, I got it. That'll work out all right. The blues, baby. Y'all into that?
Awesome stuff. Absolutely.
Butter.
It's called some blues you can use. Invented just now, just for you. Yeah? A little spontaneous
Amazing,
action.
Rob Michael. Very nice.
That was marvelous.
Thank you. We'll just thank you. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that was
So
brilliant.
brand fresh music. Thank you. Brand fresh, born fresh, just for you.
Wow.
Feeling that. Was
Incredible.
Feeling that.
Free associating.
Yeah.
I used to kind of think, when you play solo, solo anything, you can get away with murder, right? If I have a band, you got to kind of have a little more stuff together. You gotta, have kind of more of a plan. But with solo stuff, I sometimes, this isn't really true, I don't literally mean this, I'm kind of teasing, but only a little bit, is I almost feel like if I show up with even a set list, I kind of feel like it's almost cheating. I just want to show up. Kind of like when you're going to go have lunch with someone, you don't sit at home and rehearse. What are we going to talk about? What's the dialogue going to be? Right? You just show up and you hang, and that's kind of the scene. Whatever, like it is here. Just kind of the scene. So I kind of approach music.
That's beautiful.
Sometimes the same kind of way.
It reminds me of comedy, like Robin Williams, as a comedian who just goes and goes. And there's other people who will practice and write, and that's part of your beauty, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
And
like comedy guys.
Now we can jump over to Deni for a song.
Yeah.
And we can jump back
Yes,
to
yeah. Yes,
Deni
Billy.
Gauthier.
Cool. Well,
Is this a song by TLC?
yes.
Oh no!
No, just a little ditty I wrote way back when. This is called
Taking Us Back.
Taking Us Back. This is one I wrote off the last album. It's called You and I. Kind of touches some of the topics that we were talking about tonight, about living your dream and
studio
loving
mode.
life.
Though?
I'm in studio mode.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
Yep, I'm in studio mode.
Okay.
Word? Okay, here we go. The dreams they come and go. Days and rays of hopelessness that I can't show. I've been told that these are times when we all grow. Oh, fear too near the light of fire, but it's clear. Holding hands through the badlands of life's frontier. Every day is a new day of the new year. Oh, and our roads are not the same, but somewhere we're to blame. Show me where the coin is under this shell. Yeah, feel like we've been framed, but we're all one in the same. Living with eyes open, cause our love don't change. And everybody hurts, everybody cries. Everyone has seen the change, and eyes don't lie. Holding to the truth. It's the truth, cause the change won't change the difference between you and I. Oh, you and I. Yeah, you and I. I thought life would simply make it to the end. Move and push and squeeze and possibly amend. I couldn't understand the value of my friend. Oh, words are not the same, but somewhere we're to blame. Show me where the coin is under this shell. Yeah, feel like we've been framed, but we're all one in the same. Living with eyes open, cause the love don't change. And everybody hurts, everybody cries. Everyone has seen the change, and eyes don't lie. Holding to the truth, hoping it's the truth, cause the change won't change the difference between you and I. Oh, you and I. Yeah, you and I. Yeah, you and I. Oh, you
Awesome.
Merci beaucoup, mesdames et messieurs.
Yes,
Very, very, very nice.
Muy bueno, Ramal. That was fantastic.
Thanks, guys.
Ah, nice.
Wow.
Okay, now we can't see your guitar, so I hear that you're playing in the key of C sharp. So my capo radar is going crazy. Capo or no capo? There it is.
Yep, capo. Actually, I tune half step down and then I capo up usually, but I like E flat a lot.
Isn't capo a syrup?
Yep.
So Dracula wears his capo.
Sorry, Rob. I just get out.
So
Now we can jump back to Rob.
Oh, right. I forgot we're doing like a dueling thing.
We should play dueling banjo.
There we go. We're safe now, Billy. It's okay.
Because you did. So close.
That beat. Yeah. Right, we can kind of do it that way. Okay, I'm sorry. I digress. I'm going to make up another tune. I'm just going to invent it right on the spot. And I'm going to use...
We'll see about that.
We'll see about that. We will see about that, won't we?
Yeah,
I have no idea what it's going to be. But I think the beginning, it's going to start with these notes. I'm just going to say these notes. Okay, that's the song. That's my compositional raw materials. All right. So
Okay, I'm writing this down.
okay, yeah. For those of us, so here's the notes. C, A, G, F. Okay, that's the tune. All right, you guys can transcribe this right now.
Keg. Okay. Extra G.
Yeah. C, A, G, F. Okay, so I don't know what's going to happen. But those four notes are going to happen. What's the C? I don't know. There it is. Tune, and my endings of endings tune, and then back to the tune. How's that? The never-ending ending. That's what I've been threatening to write all this time.
Wow,
You're amazing, Rob.
Love it.
Thank you. So I don't know if you could. Did you count the endings? I tried to put at least half a dozen endings on there.
There are a bunch where you think, and then.
Exactly.
That's what I'm going for. Yes, exactly what
Lovely.
I'm going for.
Very emotional.
You know how when somebody reaches out, you think they're going to shake your hand, and then no, I guess they're not. And then you guys get into this awkward thing. Yeah. That's what I was going for with the endings.
Yeah, you could play all night long, Rob. Really, it's just wonderful.
And I often do. Thank you. Thanks so much.
And I'd like to thank you for playing, and for you too, Deni, for playing, and for all you guys for joining. It's been about an hour, so it's time to end the show. And I'd like to thank all the viewers for watching. And next week is actually the 1-year anniversary of the show.
Amazing.
Which is
Congratulations, Billy.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Awesome.
That's so exciting.
It's going to be a fun show next week, and I'd like to thank people for watching and being a part of this for almost a whole year now. So
Wow.
it means a lot.
Believe it.
Good job, Billy.
Thank you for inviting us, Billy. It's been great.